Hey everybody, it's Jill with Charting Change with Jill, and today we're diving into something a lot of us who have been through narcissistic abuse silently kind of wonder about ourselves. Are we crazy? Am I crazy? If you've ever asked yourself that, especially after dealing with someone toxic, I want you to stay right here, because no, you are not crazy. You are emotionally abused, and today I'm going to walk you through 10 signs that prove it. So let's get into it. First one, you are constantly questioning your memory. And the reason for that is because of gaslighting. Gaslighting is a tactic that abusers use to distort your sense of reality. Over time, it makes you doubt your instincts, your memories, and eventually yourself. So, this leads me to something else. I read that a person who has dealt with long-term emotional abuse, like dealing with a narcissistic abuser for a long period of time, for me, it's been childhood up till now, a year or so ago when I left my narcissistic husband. That's a long time, that's decades. So brain scans show that a person like me or like you that have gone through long-term narcissistic abuse, specifically dealing with gaslighting, have brain damage like a war vet. They've seen that our brains look exactly the same as someone who's been in war. Something to think about. When I first left my husband, I got in touch with a psychotherapist and was diagnosed with PTSD. I'm not a war veteran. I have only dealt with psychological abuse in many, many forms, including physical abuse. I've unfortunately was being sexually abused by my ex-husband, and that was for 9 full years. So yeah, I had PTSD. I mean, I would wake up in the middle of the night screaming, sit straight up, because I'd be having dreams that he kidnapped me and shaved my head or something along those lines, and I couldn't get away. And I still have nightmares about running away, getting trapped, crawling through holes, trying to escape a monster. Sometimes he's the monster, sometimes it's an actual monster, like you'd see on TV or something. But I'm waking up from these dreams, physically moving about, outstretched hands, trying to grasp for something or push something away. This is a real issue, which is why I'm making these videos, because I want people like me to know it is not your fault that you are feeling this way, and to hopefully help you get out of this situation and heal from it. See a doctor, please see a therapist. I am not a therapist. Please, it is my advice to see a professional. Don't just take my word for it. Let's heal together. I'm a victim, so are you. Let's kumbaya, let's support each other. And this is the only way that I could think to support others that have dealt with the same thing I am. Please comment on this video so that we can reach out to each other. It would mean the world to me. But we are doing 10 things, 10 signs, 10 pieces of evidence as to why this is not your fault. You are not crazy. So let me move on to number 2. Okay. They told you that you were the problem. Everything became your fault, even their bad behavior. Weird. You weren't too sensitive. You were reacting like a human being that's receiving emotional harm. I'm so frustrated with that. My heart is going out to everybody that's dealing with this. It is absolutely traumatizing. Number 3, you walked on eggshells. Heck yeah, you did. Or do. I know I did. There was literally nothing I could do right. Nothing I could do right. I couldn't make a face. I would get scolded for raising my eyebrows, rolling my eyes, anything. You managed their moods like your life depended on it, because sometimes it felt like it did, and I definitely thought that I was going to be unalived by him or one of the other people in the house that he made be there, who was physically abusive and did beat the living crap out of me, and he wouldn't make them move out. Anyway, number 4, you were love bombed and then discarded. We definitely have talked about this before. You first meet this person, they're very charming, they're witty, they pay so much attention to you. You get flowers, presents, treated out to fancy dinners, taken on beautiful vacations at no expense for you. They just treated you like you were this angel that came down from heaven as a gift from God to them. And then they chewed you up and spit you out, told you that everything you say and do is wrong, the look on your face is wrong, whatever it is. They demonize you and crush you down and treat you like complete garbage for literally no reason, except to break you down, because they cannot control you, they cannot manipulate you unless you feel unworthy. They have to break down your self-esteem so they can control you. Number 5, they isolated you. Maybe subtly, maybe obviously. You stopped talking to your own friends, possibly. You stopped feeling safe around your own family, because guess what? They're doing weird shit in front of your family and friends, and they know it, and they know that your family and friends are gonna possibly say something to you, like, I get a weird feeling around them. They were very disrespectful to you. You should probably address this. And they don't want that to happen. So they make it nearly impossible for you to have those relationships, because it will not be beneficial to them. Another way to control you, right? Number 6, you felt like you were living in 2 realities. What they said in private didn't match what they showed in public. Heck yeah. My ex was super popular. We had parties at our house all the time, almost every weekend. Plus he had a very large family, immediate family, and they were at the house all the time. And he was the life of the party. He is super host. Everybody thinks this guy's great. When I left him, members of my family were like, what are you talking about? He's such a great guy. Because once the doors closed and everybody was gone, all hell broke loose on me. I was suffering. I was abused, not only verbally, emotionally, physically. It was two realities, for damn sure. And so it's really hard to break free and explain this to people because you've got to admit to what was going on. And like for me, I was here for 9 years. Like I had to sit there and justify that. I guess I didn't have to, but I felt the need to because everybody thought this guy is so great and he just is a freaking monster. You know when something feels off. So my advice is to listen to your gut, find a way. I had to ask for help, and I never asked for help. Not really, not when it was important, but I did. I asked my family for financial support and support getting my stuff and getting the hell out of there because I had nothing. My ex was taking my paychecks. I had no money. I had nothing. But I had to go because I couldn't for one more day be sexually assaulted, be worried that that other person in the house was going to cause me physical harm. I thought that this person was going to murder me. And I was scared. I was so scared. And I'm sure you are too. So, number 8. This wasn't just a partner. It maybe even started younger with your parents. I know that it did for me. I had a parent that withheld love and attention unless I was doing the exact thing she needed me to do. I remember standing in the kitchen with my mom, who was probably cooking dinner, crying my eyes out, but unable to articulate why I was upset. I just knew that in my gut, in my whole body, I felt the energy was off, that something was wrong in the house. And I kept trying to express my feelings, but for whatever reason, probably the brain damage that comes from dealing with emotional abuse made it so I could not articulate what was wrong, why I was upset all the time. So I got shut down, nothing happened. There was no coming down to my level, going, sweetheart, why are you so upset? Or how about I give you a hug since you can't articulate what's wrong with you? Let me have some emotion with your emotion and show you that I love you and care about you. That didn't happen. It was go set the table. We're about to eat dinner. Get your act together. There was no love. So, when you became an adult, dealing with people who mistreated you felt very natural. Even though it didn't feel good, it definitely felt natural and manageable because you're used to it. We were conditioned, and it was our survival to allow that type of behavior. Number 9. I just basically said this before too. You feel broken and you can't explain why. That was definitely how I felt as a child, like I just explained. And everybody on the outside world, your work colleagues, maybe you look fine to them. Everybody thinks everything's fine. But on the inside, you're carrying around these invisible bruises because you can't tell anybody, or you feel like you can't tell anybody. And number 10, you blamed yourself instead of blaming them. you blamed yourself more than you blamed them. That's what emotional abuse does. It rewires your mind to protect the abuser and blame the victim. Here's the truth. You are never crazy. You have been traumatized, conditioned to accept abuse as normal everyday life. You were not treated like a human being. You were there to serve their purpose, whatever that might be. In all of my personal situations, it was to display that we are a perfect little family. Look at my golden child with golden locks and blue eyes and perfectly pressed outfit, and sits so nice at church and keeps her hands in her lap and doesn't ever cause any trouble. What a good girl. And guess what my ex would say? Good girl, Jill. Good girl. I never want to hear that again. Never. Sick. Makes me sick. So demeaning. So, my message is you're not alone. You're not broken. You're surviving. It's time to stop surviving. It's time to start healing. Let's talk about it. Let's go through the steps. I'm going to continue to make these videos and we're going to talk about this, okay? So if this is speaking to you, please understand I'm not a salesy person, but I have developed a course for people like me and you who have survived narcissistic abuse to work through our trauma. This is not in place of seeing a therapist. This is to work hand in hand with those kind of activities and exercises a therapist might give to you. It's highly researched. I put a lot of work into it. It is meant to help you. It helped me a lot. Of course, thinking about those things still will make me emotional, and I am still having nightmares. I'm still working through it. It has been my whole life. I'm in my mid-40s. It's going to take a long time, longer than a year, to get over all of this, to break the cycle, start new patterns of life. This isn't an end-all be-all fix. If you're interested, the link's in my bio. But please like and subscribe, keep coming back. I'm going to be making these videos as often as I can. I'm trying to put out a couple a week at least, but I want them to be good quality, good information for you. So give me some grace because I want it to be good for you. So yeah, let's work on taking our power back. Let's work on being healed together. Let's support each other. And I hope you have a good day. I hope this helps you.